Hello everyone. So I found some further evidence here why traditional automotive might be struggling. It's regarding wages at their factories. I found a couple different articles here referring to two different manufacturers with the similar situation. So let's get into it. So first article here from GM Authority. Headline here, wages at GM Ultium Cells plant in Ohio unacceptable, says UAW and Bernie Sanders. This was just published yesterday, April 28th, 2023. GM is facing criticism from the United Auto Workers Labor Union and U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders for paying workers at the Ultium Cells LLC plant in Warren, Ohio, considerably less than assembly plant workers. Per a report from Reuters, workers at Ultium Cells LLC plant in Warren earn a starting wage of $16.50 per hour with an opportunity to earn $20 per hour after 7 years. By comparison, workers at GM Lordstown Assembly Plant in Ohio earned upwards of $32 per hour or more prior to the plant closing in 2019. The UAW president Shawn Fain, who was elected UAW president last month, said that the Ultium plant will be eligible for more than $1.2 billion a year in U.S. battery production tax credits when it hits full production under the Inflation Reduction Act, which went into effect last year. Businesses are eligible to receive $45 per kilowatt tax credit for battery production. So yeah, Mary Barra was making comments a few months ago saying that they couldn't get workers for their plant, and it's clear to see why that might be the case now. If it was me and they were offering this kind of wage versus what I know Tesla to be offering, I wouldn't be interested to work there either. Now, going back a few months, we got an article from Electrek here. Headline is Subaru won't build electric cars in the U.S. because it can't compete with McDonald's wages. This was published November 4th, 2022. Subaru said that it has no plan to build its electric cars in the U.S. because it claims it can't compete with McDonald's $20 an hour starting wage. Since the reform of the federal tax credit for electric vehicles in the U.S. was announced, we have reported on over a dozen announcements from foreign automakers investing in EV production in the country. It's due to the new federal tax credit, which includes a protectionist clause that forces automakers to produce EVs in North America to get access to the $7,500 incentive. The incentive is significant enough that in some lower-end segments it will be hard to compete without it. However, we now learn that it's not enough to convince Subaru to invest in electric vehicle production in North America. The reason behind the decision is quite surprising. In comments about it during the company's latest financial results release, CEO Tomomi Nakamura said that Subaru is currently not considering building an electric car plant in the U.S. because it can't compete with McDonald's wages. In Indiana, part-time workers at McDonald's earn $20 to $25 per hour, which is in competition with what temporary workers make at our plant. If we were to build a new plant, it would be very difficult to hire new people for that. Labor costs are rising now. It is quite challenging for us to secure workers for our Indiana plant, including those of suppliers. Subaru currently operates a vehicle assembly plant in Indiana where it employs about 6,000 workers to produce the Ascent, Impreza, Legacy, and Outback models. The automaker only has one electric vehicle for sale, the Subaru Solterra, but it is in partnership with Toyota and basically the same vehicle as the BZ4X. Like some of its Japanese peers, Subaru is seen as a laggard when it comes to transition to electric vehicles. It currently only plans to have its own dedicated EV production in 2027 with a new plant in Japan. So I think this is another reason traditional automotive manufacturers are struggling to make this transition. They're going to lose money producing electric vehicles initially. So I think that's part of the reason why they're pushing for lower wages, because obviously they don't want to lose too much money per vehicle that they produce. But unfortunately, these wages that they're offering are not attractive enough to get enough workers to come work for them, and that's going to slow them down even further into this transition. Yeah, I think they need to really rethink this and offer a package maybe similar to Tesla where they get shares and performance incentives, like because the incentives from the IRA tax credit are performance based, like it's per kilowatt hour of battery produced in the case of a battery plant. So they could maybe offer some performance incentives to help attract workers to their plants. Because offering $16.50 per hour or less than what you could make at a place like McDonald's, then I don't think that they're going to be very successful in getting a lot of quality workers. So those are my thoughts, and highlights further issues regarding workers at the traditional automotive manufacturers in this transition to fully electric vehicles. My name's Evan Bertrand. This is the Evergreen Channel. Subscribe if you like by clicking on the wheel, and thanks for watching.